to the XL Center in downtown St. Paul. It's tournament time in girls hockey. A state class AA quarterfinal. The champion of Section 5, Maple Grove, taking on the Section 2 champ and top seed for the tournament, Minnetonka. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, for Maple Grove, partway through their game the other night in the Section 5 championship against Centennial Spring Lake Park, you were starting to not like the odds they were going to be here. Came back, though, from a 3-0 deficit. 4 goals in the third. It was a magical night for the Crimson.
Oh, it really was. You know, you talk to Coach Coltis for the Maple Grove Crimson, and, you know, he's always advanced in an attacking, very aggressive style, and it paid off for him. They just wore him out at the end of the third period and found the net, and once, you know, one went in, look out. They just went after it and buried him.
Minnetonka, a great team. They've had 2 losses and 1 tie this year, and all of those were against teams that are also in this state tournament, and 2 of them won their first games with Hill Murray and Andover. So, you know, they've faced a very tough schedule. To come out as the #1 seed in this tournament with this field that we have this year is saying an awful lot, and Minnetonka just stormed through that Section 2 tournament.
Oh, they really did. I mean, 21 goals to 0 for the opponents. There's a .93 goals against average all the way through. They're playing tremendous hockey from the pipes out, and they can score. They can put the puck in the net, too.
Let's talk key players to look at in this evening's contest. Obviously, we got some really good ones, and we're going to start with Maple Grove. And Bella Shipley had a couple of goals in that section final. She's been their clear offensive leader this year, and they're going to need her to generate some things for them this year, or this evening.
Well, keep your eye on number 8. She's an awful scary player. She's very, very good. She's got 3 shorthanded goals on the penalty kill. She plays everything. She's fast, maneuverable, and she sees the ice tremendously well. She feeds her teammates well, but boy, I'll tell you, don't let her get in front of your net 15 feet out, because it's over.
And for Minnetonka, Lindsay Abar is a player that combines skill and strength. She's had a great year for the Skippers, and obviously Maple Grove's going to need to keep an eye on her.
Definitely, they got to keep an eye on number 13, my favorite number in hockey. She's done a tremendous job. She's got 2 shorthanded goals. Again, same type of style. Very aggressive player, can move very fast, and they depend on her for a lot.
We see just the top 5 teams in this tournament, and both these coaches, I don't think, were terribly thrilled with this first-round matchup. Minnetonka getting maybe the toughest of the unseeded teams, and Maple Grove having to face the top seed. However, once you get here, you're going to have to beat good teams anyway. Might as well face them in the first round. I guess that's the way you got to look at it.
You know, that championship trophy weighs a lot, and it's all because you got to go through the best to be the best. That's just the way it is. Okay, fine. You're going to have to play your Sulu later. Let's get it out of the way, get rid of them, and move on.
Maple Grove and Minnetonka, the state class AA girls hockey quarterfinals on the way next year on CCX Sports. We are at the X for AA girls hockey. Maple Grove and Minnetonka getting set to do battle here after the 2 afternoon games were not so close. The favored teams coming out with W's in both of those contests, and we're looking for probably a little bit closer one heading into the evening session here. See Andover dispatching Rosemount, and Hill Murray beating Roseau, both by 6-goal margins in those afternoon ones. We got this one, and then followed up by Edina taking on Northfield. Edina co-champ of the Lake Conference with Minnetonka this season, and Skipper's familiar team back in the state tournament for a 5th straight year. A pair of number 1 starting in goal. There's certainly no question for Maple Grove, Danny Strom, their goalie leader. Layla Hemp has kind of split time throughout this season with Ashlyn Hazlitt, a junior, another junior I should say, and Hemp getting the call in this one. You see both sparkling numbers for both of these teams. Maple Grove does have 7 losses, but they have played a very difficult schedule with just this kind of idea in mind to be ready for teams like the Skippers here. It will be Kelsey Olson facing off against Lindsay Avar, and we are underway as Tonka gets first possession here into the Maple Grove zone, and Shipley's pass back across, retrieved by Grace Erickson, and across to Maddie Elfstrand. Shipley tipping it into the Minnetonka zone. Lauren Goldsworthy back to play it and gets it around to Lauren Mack. A little behind Avar there, but then Avar takes the pass coming right up the middle, goes into the net, and there's a penalty coming up against Maple Grove as they denied that shot attempt. Second try into traffic, and we're going to have an early one against the Crimson here. It will be a hook as they were able to spring Avar immediately. Kendra Distad finding her on what initially kind of looked like a harmless looking play coming up ice, but then Avar finding an extra gear here, and you'll see the hook thrown in by Elfstrand.
Well, Avar is big. She really came down there with a lot of power and stuff, split the defense and got through, got an opportunity, but they had to take a penalty there, the Crimson. Quickly
cleared down the ice here, and Hemp will leave it for Goldsworthy. So just 35 seconds into the game, Minnetonka will get a power play.
Well, it'll be interesting to see now how aggressive Coach Coltis has the Crimson on this penalty kill now. They're usually they go after you. They don't give you any free ice.
Olson up with it here, able to backhand it out, and then Olson's going to go after it herself here. Shot deflected up high and over the cage, but good start to the penalty kill, and then that one is blocked trying to come out as Lauren Lubo got a piece of it. Now it's Avar will spin and get things set up in the offensive zone here for Tonka, but not for long as it's chopped out. So far so good on the penalty kill here for Maple Grove. They're killing at a 90% rate this year.
They're doing a really good job, and again, using that aggressive tactic, they're not giving up an inch of ice just because they're down a man, and it's been very effective so far. And I'm not sure. I wonder if Minnetonka's seen that this year. Everybody lays back.
Yeah, you have to respect their skill level and their skating, but at the same time, you can't, be too laid back and just give them too much room. And I'm sure there's always that, kind of indecision about how aggressive do you play it, because they can make you look silly if you get too aggressive and get out of position.
Absolutely.
Knocked away behind the net. Wraparound try there, and Hemp had to make a nice stop there. Good effort out front. As Abby Oakland getting an opportunity there for the Crimson.
Well, we can see that aggressiveness paying off so much. They've really disrupted this power play quite a bit.
Time winding down on the penalty. Knocked away there from Molly Ryan. Now brings it out front. And then that shot attempt going wide from Ruby Rauch. Penalty is over. So Maple Grove with a good kill and actually got a pretty decent opportunity there on shorthanded. But now Minnetonka looking to keep the momentum going from that power play a little bit.
Well, keep your eye on the power plays and the penalty kills here for both these teams. They're both very good at killing, and they're both very good at scoring on the power play. So we'll see who comes out stronger there.
Kelly Anderson getting the pass ahead. Erickson carrying it in. Erickson firing that shot high and wide. The top offensive defenseman for Maple Grove right there had a key goal in that section final. The go-ahead goal, in fact.
Looks like she's got permission to go. Oh my gosh.
There's Avar taking that one away. Good block, though, by Addie Sillerud.
Sillerud's had a really good run through the sections here. She's played really outstanding, clearing the puck, being real tough in front of the net, and she can move with the puck too.
Pass into Shipley's skates and now taken back the other way by Distad. Drop back. Defense recovered and got into position and then eventually cleared out of there. Shipley giving chase with Grace Larson.
Good play by Shipley there, putting pressure on. Look, they got him there. They're really making them work.
Mack sending it across there to Larson. Ooh, and Tonka wanted a penalty there. They're not going to get it. Centering pass chopped away by Distad. And then when thrown on net, and Hemp up with the glove catch there, and then things get a little bit physical out front.
Well, you don't like to see the other colored jersey in front of your net wide open like that. If she could have made that pass a little quicker down low, Jay, you would have had a 1-on-0 on the goalie.
Harper Winicky winning the draw here for the Crimson. Erickson putting it up front. Oh, and the redirect there going just wide. Elfstrand coming down. Elfstrand had a goal in that section final, as did Winicky. And it'll bounce out to center. Got away from Elfstrand though, and to Krychek sending it across, and then puck deflected away by Maisie Tomlinson. Aside from taking that early penalty, a pretty good start here, I feel like, for Maple Grove.
You know, you can get a lot of energy by just killing a penalty, Jay, and it helps improve your game. You get a lot more confidence.
Stays in play as it went high off the glass there. Elfstrand trying to come up with that one. Instead, it's picked out of there. Wraparound try, ooh, and it came right out front. Turning the corner nicely there for the Skippers was Allison Ryan.
Good coverage in front, though, just enough to disrupt it. That could have been that was a dangerous moment.
Erickson's pass picked off at center. Played in there by Isabella Finnegan, but Erickson will retrieve it here for Maple Grove and then gets the return pass. They're up aggressive on the forecheck is Minnetonka, and they eventually force a turnover. Dumped back in here by Senya Leeper. Erickson will reverse it here. Maple Grove looking to get this one out. Dumped down the rink. They're going to wave off icing. Defenseman was close enough that they could have played that one.
Yeah, nobody was upset on the Minnetonka bench. They agreed with the call. Oh, what a move.
Avar dropping the pass over to the right side, and Strom will make the save and hang on.
We'll get a good look at this first chance here. Deflection.
Yeah, it actually
it
went off the shin pad. I think it missed the stick there. And then this one comes out front. The wraparound was stopped, but watch that. Oh, just a good recovery out front by Winicky to knock that one away. As you said, sometimes it isn't the wraparound itself that it's the most dangerous. It's what follows in front. Avar putting it out front. That one was blocked, and now Shipley up with it. Turned right into traffic, though.
But they got it right back to her again, and she got it out.
Avar got bumped a little bit there. Shipley dropping the pass off nicely. Hadley Baker firing, and Hemp with the glove catch will hang on and get another draw coming. 10:14 to go in period number one here, and no score on the board.
Good play there. I like she got it across the line, and she just got it on net. Now they've, if it didn't go in, okay, they did hit the net. She stopped. Now they got to face off inside the offensive zone. That's why you don't miss the net.
Skippers win the draw here. Banked around to Molly Ryan. That one interrupted at the blue line, though. Dumped right back in by Maple Grove's Kate Fisher. Larson back to play it for the Skippers. Nice move there, but then gave it away. And then the pass down low. Fisher trying to give it back, but bounced harmlessly away, but kept in at the point. And Fisher is going to ring it around behind, and Grace Larson first to it for Tonka. She'll bank it out to center. And then that one deflects up into the Minnetonka player bench here. Kind of a choppy start. We've had a lot of whistles early on. There's got to be some nerves, I would think, for both these teams, even when you've been there before. And like Coach Coltis has been, and his counterpart on the other side, Tracy Casano, they've both been around and been in some tournaments for sure. But it's still, there's got to be nerves.
Yes, absolutely. This is state tournament. This is for all the marbles, man. You're one of the last 8 teams left in the state. Played
to the corner here. Izzy Lindbergh in there working on the forecheck for Maple Grove. And then knocked loose by Lubo.
Well, this is a typical Coltis style forecheck. They want to get it down deep and keep you deep and hope you mess up.
Shipley just off the bench. I was close to too many players there, but Shipley weaving her way, drops the pass off. Oh, and the shot ceiling just high from Oakland. Good setup there by Shipley. Erickson looking for the tip out front. Oakland now puts it back out front again. Shipley a swing and a miss at a bouncing puck. And that one goes just wide as they look for the tip out front. Maple Grove buzzing pretty good here. Erickson's made a couple of very nice passes from the point, looking for deflections out front. And fair to say they have at least gotten Minnetonka's attention in the early going here. Now carried in, a little chance for an odd man rush, but it'll go up high over the top from Molly Ryan.
Well, so far Maple Grove's had 3 good scoring opportunities compared to 1 from Minnetonka.
They dig forward along the wall as Shipley jumping in to try and pull it free. Erickson spinning, not giving her much room though, and the skipper's able to take it away.
Well, with the way Minnetonka's forechecking, they're going to want to do, Maple Grove's going to want to do a lot of reverses because they're stacking 3 players on one side.
Erickson looking long for Shipley and then got it over to Olsen. Kelsey Olsen working her way into the offensive zone, fires Hemp, kicking that one to the corner and played around. Elfstrand's going to be first to it, but then overskated it. Flipped back out to center and then dumped right back in here by Maple Grove's Winnicky.
Boy, nice play by the skipper defense there, reversing it so you could see the forecheck coming from the far side.
Avar working her way out and then hammered in by Leaper. A little over 7 to go in the first period. No score on the board. Maple Grove a solid start here against the top seed. If there was any thought that they would be overwhelmed by this really good Minnetonka team, it sure hasn't looked like it so far.
Well, they're being a little more physical. You've called that a couple times already in this period, and with a fast skating team, that can take them off their game a little bit. There's another hit.
Try to get it back to Avar. It gets away from her though, and now Winnicky trying to get to it. Banked ahead. Skipper's looking to quickly counter here. Avar waiting out high. Avar fires. That was off the pipe. Oh, she had Strom beat, but drew iron. And then one thrown on net from the point, and Strom able to grab that one. A near miss there for Lindsay Avar. Ooh. Avar did a heck of a job, too, of waiting out high enough to give a great angle for that pass. And then you see she's a near miss as she banks it off the pipe. Really good job by Mack drawing the D and then hitting Avar. So best chance right there for Minnetonka. They nearly made it 1-0.
Shipley actually got a save on that one. She deflected it onto that pipe.
Wrap around try there by Avar as Strom was unable to pin it against the side of the net.
It would really surprise me if they got a goal on Maple Grove like that. Danny Strom doesn't let those things go.
Avar trying to put it out front. They shove it along out of danger, and Shipley coming up ice. Forced out wide. Solid job by Finnegan to jump in, and it comes out front. Hemp having to make a great save on Baker. Penalty coming up against Tonka. We have a roughing penalty here. And it will go against, I believe it's Finnegan.
Well, we'll get a good look down here, and you can see the hooking there in front of the net for Maple Grove. And that prevented it, but they made a nice play there.
And there was Baker being taken down.
That was a pretty good tackle.
So Maple Grove now to the power play. Minnetonka's 0 for 1 on theirs. Here's Elfstrand. Shots, he scores!
Beauty.
Not sure if it was tipped out front or just went right in off the stick of Elfstrand. I think it is going to be Maddie getting that goal, and Maple Grove strikes first Didn't take long to capitalize on the power play for the Crimson.
Well, that's when you get a power play, you take advantage of it, and they certainly did. Shipley made a nice play right here. Got that opening, got out to the point as they moved in, and just ripped it. And as she was screened. Definitely screened. Yep. Flopsy-mopsy shot. Most goalies would look at that, Jay, and go, I hate that. Boy, what a nice start for Maddie Elfstrand.
Elfstrand, 11th goal already as a freshman defenseman. So a power play goal for the Crimson, and they will go up 1-0. Despite the big scoreboard here in the arena saying Minnetonka 1-0. Come on, it's a state tournament. Let's get that right. Olsen and Shipley get the assist on Elfstrand's goal, a power play goal. Dumped into the corner. And knocked away.
Oh,
Oops,
nice
that
play.
just came outside the blue line there. Gemma McAlexander trying to keep that puck alive.
Yeah, I think Maple Grove's asserting themselves physically, too, even when play and when it isn't in play. It's sending a message, though. It really is sending a message.
Avar and Olsen facing off here.
Yeah, the one thing I like about Jim Coltis' teams, they are never intimidated by anybody, even though Minnetonka's coming in, you're number one and, you know, big time. Crimson are just playing hard and aggressive and going after them.
And that's, you know, again, why you schedule tough teams, too, so that you're not I always, you know, you feel kind of bad when teams get here and they're like surprised at the pace of play and the speed and all that, and you knew that wouldn't be the case. Obviously, they both have played a lot of really good teams, and so you're ready for having to, you know, having to defend more than usual or things like that. Here comes Olsen, a 2-on-1 with Shipley. Olsen going to take the shot, and Hemp with a blocker save and directed it away from Shipley as well. Here comes an opportunity the other way. Avar firing. And Strom fights that one off. Skippers trying to get one back here. Down to Avar. Nice hands. Puts it across. Oh, and it's muffed there by Goldsworthy, who had about a half an open net. And it went off the stick and not able to really get much on that one. Centering pass here. Goldsworthy another try, and that one will go wide. Minnetonka really buzzing on this shift.
But they're spreading out really nice. They got multiple options of passing, and that one just good deflection by the D to get it out. And the Crimson get a quick change real fast.
Larson sending it ahead. Disted will tip it in. Erickson got it ahead there, and Lubo couldn't quite control it. Erickson now up with it and just got that pass away. Abby Oakland will throw it in deep. Oakland goes in after it, but it's retrieved there by McAlexander. They were coming hard.
You know, you keep this up during the game, pretty soon that D from Minnetonka starts looking over their shoulder before they get to the puck, which gives it advantage to the Crimson.
Hops over stick at the blue line there, and Finnegan retrieving for Tonka. And deflected back into the Maple Grove zone. No, I guess it wasn't deflected. Going to be icing against the Skippers, and we will get a...
Well, you see a good opportunity here coming down the ice. Takes a wide to get it spread out. Defense stayed in between, so that indicated take the shot. She got a nice shot off. Here we got another opportunity too, but...
Ooh, Goldsworthy would like to have that one back again. That one could have and maybe should have been a goal for them.
Yeah, the problem with that, sometimes you're just surprised it gets all the way through.
Deflected out front there, and good positioning by Leaper there to be ready for that one. Here come the Skippers again. Under 2:40 to go now, first period. Maple Grove looking for the upset. They lead it 1-0 on a power play goal by defenseman Maddie Elfstrand. And it's been a solid start to the game for the Crimson, you know, even just aside from getting that goal.
Yeah, they don't seem to be intimidated or bothered by being in the state tournament. They're just playing like a regular game like they always play. That's the way you got to come into these tournaments. It's just another hockey game.
Intercepted and then thrown back into the Minnetonka zone here. Gonna wave off icing as they rule out Eggert. Kind of slow played that one a little bit. And now Erickson will track it down for the Crimson. Baker trying to tip it around the D. And now it's played back deep and Shipley going after it. Shipley gains control here for Maple Grove. Keeps possession now. Shipley turns and fires, and Hemp making the glove catch on that high shot. It was like they were trying to pass Shipley off from one defender to the other, and then they kind of lost track of her a little bit, and she was more than happy to see that she had some room to work with here.
They thought they were going to pass. She was going to pass off to the side. She read it really well. Watch right here. See the two players from Skippers move over. Oops.
Avar and Olsen facing off. Olsen wins the draw. Elfstrand just got to it. Shipley. Avar working her over a little bit. Shipley kept possession though. Now gets it to Erickson. That one deflects and hits the outside of the net. A Tonka defender got a piece of it, and then it didn't miss the pipe by much. To the corner, Erickson up with it. Back for Shipley. Brought in here by Larson. Puck deflected deep. We approach a minute to go in this first period, and it's been a very good one for Maple Grove, the unseeded team taking on the top seed Minnetonka and leading it 1-0.
Except for the beginning of the game, really, Tonka really hasn't had too many like 2-on-1s or good opportunities entering the zone as a full line. They've just been chopped up in the neutral zone by Maple Grove's forechecking.
Yeah, and the bounces haven't gotten their way either. They had the one that they went off the heel of the stick on goal, and they hit a pipe with one too. So they have gotten chances, but I agree, they haven't been able to really come in with clean rushes that have resulted in great chances, maybe as much as you might think based on their talent level. Credit Maple Grove for that as well.
I think one thing Coach Coltis is noticing too, Minnetonka's they're getting a little sloppy with the off wing in front of the net. They're spending more time going after the puck, and that might hurt them. Here at the Skippers here.
Chopped in there, nice job by Fisher. After Maple Grove, good back check helping to break up that last Tonka rush. Gallagher playing it here for Maple Grove. Floating it towards Shipley, it's over her stick. And then dump back into the Minnetonka zone as time winds down, and the buzzer sounds. The first period will come to an end. And it is a solid first period indeed for Maple Grove. Our score after one here from the XL Center. Maple Grove 1, Minnetonka 0. We'll have first period highlights and then more hockey coming up here. Thanks for watching girls hockey on CCX. Well, could it be an upset in the making here? Maple Grove leading Minnetonka, the top seed, 1-0 after one period of play, and a solid first period from Maple Grove. Certainly, as we take a look at highlights from the opening period, there were some chances certainly for both teams. Minnetonka here, wraparound, Strom getting there just in time and then cleared out. Here's the one that's off the pipe from Avar, and a very nice setup for the Skippers. And then here's the goal. Shipley giving it down low to Olsen. Back to Elfstrand. Screen in front. Snaps it in. Power play goal for Maple Grove. And another opportunity here. A rolling puck there. Goldsworthy, I said, I'd like to have him back. And that's true. But it was up on edge a little bit. You can see why it was tough to put it away. So you can look at the shots favoring Maple Grove, scoring chances as well, and then each team took one penalty. Maple Grove able to capitalize on their opportunity, and obviously when you get even into the tournament, but even deeper into the tournament, those situations are going to be very big when you're playing against other teams with a very high talent level. The Skippers have won more of the draws so far, and we'll see how things shake out in period number 2. Maple Grove would like to see more of the same. Minnetonka would like to capitalize on a couple of their chances. It is 1-0 Crimson. The second period on the way next.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Well, there's a more than life-size Grace Erickson shot in the Maple Grove crowd there as the Crimson leading Minnetonka by a score of 1-0 as we get into second period. I'm sure Minnetonka probably wasn't the happiest dressing room or locker room between periods there, and they'll come out with some fire, no doubt. Maple Grove, I'm sure the message was that was a good start, but we haven't accomplished anything just yet. We got to keep with it and do exactly what we did in that first period. I thought they played a very smart period besides just a good period in terms of skill hockey and also taking the body some. We saw, maybe got away with one or two even. Here's Shipley. Oh, tried to drag it out front. Baker was alone. And then hammered back in. Maple Grove had to get back on side. Goldsworthy ringing it around. Larson will let it go through. And they don't quite get it out. Played back down deep. Baker getting to it for Maple Grove.
Well, there you see a coaching adjustment right there. Minnetonka reversed the puck trying to get out. They couldn't quite get a handle on it. Went right to the Maple Grove defense. Tremendous forechecking by the Crimson here, Jay.
Shipley comes away with it. Left it for Erickson. Goldsworthy intercepting that one on the way to the net. Shipley playing it to the middle, and then it's knocked out, and actually losing her balance was Mack. Elfstrand ringing it around. Played back down deep toward Mack. Mack throwing it out front. It was behind Disted, though, and it goes back all the way into the Minnetonka zone. As they finish a change, obviously we got the long change here in the middle period, and something to keep an eye on for both these teams. You have to be a little more careful with how you make changes in this second period.
Well, Maple Grove's had a tremendous transition game. I haven't seen much in Minnetonka, but I know Maple Grove, they'll catch you if you give them an opportunity.
Erickson's pass up the middle, tipped ahead there. Fisher getting into that one, puts it out front. Oh, and a swing and a miss by Tomlinson. And then jabbed away. This one floated into the Crimson zone. Oh, it comes a bounce that got away, and then a centering pass, a little behind Sydney Boss-Crone. Maple Grove not too smooth on that one. Now a wraparound try. And knocked to the ice was Molly Ryan.
We'll get an opportunity here. The Skippers coming around. Oh, I'm sorry, Maple Grove coming out. Just couldn't quite get a handle on it. It was a little bit inside of her on the skate.
Tonka winning another draw. Here's a shot on, and Strom with the save on Claire Christofferson. And then it's cleared down. This will be icing against Maple Grove.
Well, the Crimson continue to be very aggressive, going after it. They're still physically going after the body of the Skippers.
Well, I see Kelly Panic up there in the middle of that group. There she is.
There she is. Well timed, Kelly.
Benilde co-head coach, and obviously plays some of her games now in this arena, playing for the new Minnesota team, pro team. Her Red Knights falling 1 goal short against Edina in the Section 6 AA Championship, and Edina will be playing the late game here tonight. Banked in, Strom knocking that one aside. Good start to the period, it feels like, for Minnetonka. They've come out and kind of taken control a little bit more here in this second period so far. Here's Oakland trying to get an opportunity. Oh, made a good move to bring it back to her forehand, but then fanned on the shot. Comes all the way across, Disted. And that one kind of in between everyone, and Oakland will be first to it. Goldsworthy meeting her, but here's Shipley following up. Bella Shipley goes to the net, and poke check there by Hemp.
Just didn't quite have enough room there to skid her up in front again, but good try. Shipley is dangerous at all times. You got to know where she is on the ice.
Goldsworthy will dump it in for Tonka. Strom stopping it there. Plays it around to Erickson. Shipley tapping it to Baker. Long one thrown on net by Baker. Layla Hemp making the save.
Good opportunity here. They got Oakland going. She makes a nice move to get it on her forehand shot. She just a little bit too much. She was trying to really rip it and got by. And then we got another one coming in here. Shipley moved in. Good
Hemp,
save by the goalie.
Yeah, Hemp had a good read on that one because Shipley was out of room to really do much else and just calmly poke check that one. There really was no weak side wing coming though, so
No.
Shipley made the right move to go to the net there, I think.
Well, they were getting a line change going, I believe.
Erickson played it down deep, then the centering pass from Olsen hit the back of the net.
Well, the Crimson have seen something in the top of the slot here in the attack zone. When they get back behind, they put that puck right out front right away. Not even looking if somebody's there.
I know the other in the section semifinals, the Champlain Park Coon Rapids coach Todd Getterman talking about how good Maple Grove was working from behind the net. He said that's something we want to take away from them, and we're seeing a little bit of that here this evening as well. Erickson being tied up there. Skipper's able to free it up. Here's an opportunity, the shot, and Strom making the save. And then Allison Ryan going to the net and gets a little rough treatment there as Sydney Boss-Crone taking that opportunity for Minnetonka as they've just been able to create some opportunities for themselves a little bit early here in this second period that Maple Grove has to be, I don't want to say worried about, but just conscious of.
Well, they had a weak side wing flying in front too, almost got her stick to deflect it on that, so Crimson got to be tougher in front of their net.
Yeah, both these goalies are good enough that they're going to be tough to beat on just shots without a screen or a tip or rebound, things like that. So that's what they were looking for there, and it nearly paid off. Molly Ryan carrying it up the right wing here for Minnetonka. And it's chopped away, but out to the point and deflected out to center by Tomlinson.
Good no call there in the trip. They were going for the puck.
Dump back in. And right back out with it comes Gallagher for Maple Grove. Here's her shot that sails up high. First to it is Lubo.
Wow, nice job.
Good spin off the wall there. And then played ahead. It was tip, so no icing. Elfstrand back to play it, looking to Erickson. They come real hard on the forecheck, and Erickson's pass picked off by Goldsworthy, and Minnetonka looking to quickly counter. Elfstrand intercepting, then had a chop loose.
Well, the Skippers have picked up the tempo here. They're going after it a lot harder now. So Maple Grove's going to have to work to break it out cleanly, and they ain't happening right now.
Yeah, it does look like a different period in a lot of ways here. It knocked away there from Tonka's Avar, and now cleared out. This will be icing against Maple Grove. The ice is tilted the Skipper's way a little bit more here, it feels, in this second period, but it's still 1-0 in favor of Maple Grove. Tracy Casano, fifth year with the Skippers, and you see she's had some previous successful stops as well, and Minnetonka, as we said, becoming a real regular visitor here to this state tournament. They won 3 titles in a row back in the 2011-12-13 with Eric Johnson as their head coach, and then after he retired, Tracy getting the job. And obviously, I mean, for both of these, there's a lot of good players coming into their program. I'm not, you know, you don't downplay what good coaching matters, but but let's be honest, they got big associations for both schools and a lot going for them. But you still have to put the pieces in place, and you have to, you know, get players to play into their roles and everything too. I mean, there's sometimes we're having too much talent. Can be a little bit of an issue if kids aren't, you know, coached and accepting roles too.
Amen to that, brother. That has become a big deal, and we can see the effects in college right now with the transfer rules and stuff. But both these teams traditionally, like you said, they've been powers. They've been good in hockey, boys and girls, and you know, they're stepping up to the standard here. This has been a tough, tight game.
Still 1-0 Crimson here. Just about 6.5 minutes into the second period. Oh, nice move to the outside. Strom the save, the rebound, it's in. Tonka ties it up. Might have been off a skate there, but I think they're going to count it. As getting that rebound goal will be Allison Ryan for the Skippers after the good opportunity. Goldsworthy getting the initial shot.
And we could see Mother Goldsworthy in the stands, being a tremendous fan for the Skippers, but good move right here. That's what did it. Got it through. She got the shot on net. And that's why you put the shot on net, Jay. It's called a rebound. So we got ourselves a tie game here. I figured this one to be close.
Allison Ryan will get her 9th goal of the season. We may be looking at this goal. Yeah, we're going to have video review to see whether this puck was kicked in. They've sent the teams to their benches, and they're going to look at it.
Okay, I'm a betting man. I'm going to bet that it's going to be a good goal. I don't.
It is indeed a goal.
And a little note of protest from the Maple Grove Crimson crowd, but as we saw in the replay, it was a good one. See the shot come off here, and she didn't try to kick it. She's just trying to get it to bounce in front so she could get a stick on it. So good call by the referees, good clean goal. Yep. We got a hockey game.
I would agree, and the quality of the first attempt from Goldsworthy made it so that Strom just had to fight it off and not, you know, control a rebound or anything like that. She was just had to do all she could to get a piece of that first one, and that generated that rebound. And as Hemp is fallen on hard in front there. It's Maple Grove maybe a little frustrated that that goal went in, and Fisher getting after things there out front, and Minnetonka complaining to the official that they felt their goalie was roughed up a little bit by Fisher.
I like the way the refs are running this game, Jay. They're letting them play. We've seen some hits that could have gone. We've seen maybe a trip that could have gone as a penalty, but they're just letting them play, and I like that. See a good opportunity there. Oh, nice hip placement there by the Skippers.
And then watch Fisher as she goes toward the net. Played down deep toward Shipley. Breakout pass here, and here's Distad hustling after it. Distad shooting, and that one was deflected wide as Mack came down the other side looking for a rebound or a pass. Long one thrown on net here. Strom making the save. Erickson doing a good job of keeping Avar from getting to that one. So we said earlier that it was kind of becoming more of a Minnetonka second period, it felt like, and eventually they do end up getting that tying goal, and there was another opportunity that they put on net that Strom had to make a save on the air.
Well, once you get a goal, it's like drinking a full deal of Gatorade. The energy's there, the legs are back because you're excited about scoring.
Goldsworthy getting it ahead. Carried in by Mack, puts it out front, and then chop back to the corner where Mack picks it up again. Mack putting it for Distad, a swing and a miss. It comes all the way through the other side, and Strom making a save on the shot from the point. Now they work from behind the net. Avar strong with the puck here. Now trying to drop it back weak side toward Grace Larson. Knocked away from her. And the Crimson able to break it out. Baker trying to find Shipley, but that one was deflected. And Olsen picks it up. Olsen walking in and just missed the net there. Was deflected and out of play, so face-off inside the Tonka zone is, woo, a little sigh of relief if you're Minnetonka there. All of a sudden, one of Maple Grove's best, Olsen alone with the puck in front.
And Shipley standing off to the side there waiting for the puck.
Hemp having to make a huge save there.
He also made a good choice there. They knew that the goalie was leaning towards Shipley, which you should if she's standing that close to your net, and she took the shot.
Rauch able to work through contact there. Rauch going to the middle, and then it was knocked away. Oakland able to get it out here for Maple Grove, and it's picked up by Eggert.
Well, Maple Grove needs to respond here now. They need to take charge again.
Yeah, they've been back on their heels a lot more here in the second period. Tonka's coming hard. Sillerud dumping it in. Hemp back there to stop it.
The defense for the Skippers right now is spreading itself out real good. They're using the net to their advantage in their own zone too.
Leeper drops the pass off, and then they dump it in deep. They want to get a change. Banked ahead towards Shipley, who hustles into the corner, but first to it is Eggert. Ooh, nice breakout pass there. Molly Ryan up the left side. Run to the wall there by Gallagher.
Nice rub out there to stop the play cold, and they came in boards. And
Gallagher around to Erickson. Tried to go back the other way, but hit the official, and then had her stick lifted. Erickson, isn't that often that you see her pressure to the point of turning it over? But Minnetonka, they're coming hard on the forecheck. Ryan back to the point. Out front, that one got through, and Strom had to make a save, and then a backhand try on the rebound was fanned on. Here's another shot, and Strom making the glove catch on that one. We'll get another draw in the Maple Grove zone here as Minnetonka has kind of taken control somewhat here in this second period.
that was a nice play there by the D. She saw two Skippers stacked there, and it actually got through, almost became a really bad threat.
Yeah, those are the kind where you put a little seed of doubt in the goalie's mind.
Yes.
Is it going to be deflected? Is it not? And it just creates havoc for a goalie even as good as Strom or Hemp at the other end when you're able to do that.
Well, it comes down to, a lot of times in hockey, you hear, he who flinches first loses, or she, I should say, in this context.
Avar down low with it, but it got away. They're able to keep it in though. Well, not for long, and back in now from McAlexander. Their forecheck in this second period has been much more effective too. Maple Grove not breaking the puck out very easily most of the time.
Well, they've gotten themselves into the passing lanes now too, so they're looking for the spread to the boards. You might want to try a center breakout here if you're the Crimson. You can get that center down low coming across without putting it in front.
Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been a more aggressive forecheck, but I think a more effective one. They've kind of figured out a little bit more what Maple Grove wants to do, and they're not necessarily going too hard at the puck carrier every time, but they're choking off some passing lanes a little bit better, it feels like. And those are those kind of in-game adjustments where you talk about what coaching really comes in.
Yep, exactly. Well, neither of these coaches are slouches. They know what they're doing. They know their kids, and they know the weak points, strong points, and making it work.
Bouncing back into the Minnetonka zone. Lauren Goldsworthy back to get it for the Skippers. They've tied it up now 1-1. Banked into the Maple Grove zone here by Rauch. Oakland's pass out to center and then just tipped away there from Lubo. Skipper's able to get it in deep there as Rauch plays it down low. Ooh, nice job to win that puck. Spinning away there was Delaney Miller.
Well, right now, all the Crimson's been able to do is they're struggling just to get it out of their own zone. You can't put any attack together whatsoever.
Leaper getting to that puck for Tonka. And now came back to her. Chop but not out. Long one thrown in on Strom, who directs it to the corner. Centering pass there. Ooh, just got away from Finnegan, who called for that puck and got it. Tonka putting some pressure on as they work that forecheck, and now cycling nicely as Ryan tried to go out front. Oakland trying to at least get the puck out of the zone. Not able to do it though. Here comes Ryan, and now opportunity there, and the backhander goes wide from Boss Crone to the point. Long one, deflecting just wide. Really got the Crimson bottled up right now, although it hasn't resulted in any great chances in this shift yet, but still, it's got to be a little concerning, and they've had trouble getting it out. Now they get it to center, but no further. And relayed right back in, and obviously you can't really change when you can't get the puck out either.
Now just think of the attrition that's going on the legs of the Crimson players that are stuck out there for a 2 to 2.5 minute shift.
Erickson picking it up. Oakland able to get off now. Played long to Shipley, but ooh, a nice job by McAlexander. That one could have been a 2-on-1.
You can see the adjustment Coach Coltis made with the Crimson. He's sending Shipley out high, get out of the zone so they can take some of that pressure off from the Minnetonka forecheck.
And we're going to have a penalty coming up here against Shipley, it looks like, for Maple Grove, as she will go for a hook. And that will be the second penalty taken by Maple Grove in the game. Right. So you'll see Shipley throwing the hook in, yep, right there up under the arm of McAlexander.
Well, the Crimson have been doing well this year at an 88% kill rate on the penalties, so we'll see if that can hold up here now. Minnetonka's coming in at 39% on the power play. That is an excellent number.
Avar wins that draw cleanly. Across it comes. Goldsworthy dropping it back as they get set up. They got Avar camped out front. She is tough to move. Floated down to the circle. Now they pass a little behind. Here's a shot. Ooh, and it went off the glove of Strom. Avar keeps that puck moving and then goes back to the front of the net. That one deflected wide. It goes off the back of the cage there. 2:50 to go, second period. Tie game, 1-1. Minnetonka on the power play, but some valuable time being used up there as Sillerud kept it pinned for a moment. Avar putting it out front. Goldsworthy shot wide. They bring it back to the front. And there's a shot. Strom making a big save there. Centering pass again. Loose puck. Bodies everywhere in front, but Crimson unable to clear. Here's a shot. Strom with a blocker save on that one.
Boy, Tonka right now is really asserting themselves. Their positioning is really good. They're finding the passing lanes of the Crimson, just cluttering it up. They're getting it mucked up on the boards.
Lubo finally able to get to that one and hammer it out. Finnegan carrying it in. Erickson pressuring her. Finnegan keeping possession. She circles the net. Ooh, kind of a dangerous pass across. But they kept it alive in the offensive zone and then knocked away. Maple Grove just too slow to clear that puck. Get an opportunity, you got to just let it go right away. Molly Ryan to the point. Here's that shot, tipped, and then Strom denying McAlexander, who was alone in front. Great save there. Knocked back into the Minnetonka zone. McAlexander trying to work her way out with Olsen bothering her. Oh, but then it's knocked away by Rauch. Rauch coming in, and that pass blocked as Erickson sliding at her. Under a minute to go in the period. Here's a pass out front and just got away from Rauch. Molly Ryan may be too unselfish there. She could have taken that shot herself.
Yes. Well, the Crimson just want to get out of this period right now with the way things have been going. They need to readjust some things here because Minnetonka has figured them out. You see a good opportunity here. Comes out to the point, rifles a shot, and it's deflected. And if that hit the pipe?
No.
And then
just
another
bounced
shot.
over, and a great save there by Strom. Skippers control the draw. Penalty time to Shipley over, by the way. Here we stay at 1-1, under a half minute to go here in the second. Goldsworthy able to get that one out. Disted, oh boy, unfortunate for Tonka as the official was right there. That one could have been trouble for Maple Grove. Bouncing puck will come right to Strom. Elfstrand picking it up. Oh, what are they doing? You got to be a little more decisive there. I think it was almost like they thought the period was going to end, but there's still 7 seconds to go.
I think you hit it right on the head. That's exactly what she was trying to do. If she would have kicked it off into the corner, they probably would have got the time off. Oh, she was expecting the D to pick it up.
Yeah, they just weren't on the same page right there.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Oh, they turn it over. Here's a shot and a goal with 0.9 seconds to go. The turnover hurts Maple Grove. And the skipper is only too happy to make him pay as Avar snipes that one home.
Boy, the person really you don't want to give her that opportunity where she was at.
Avar camped in the circle. Disted found her. And just like that, that one's in the net.
Found the upper corner really quick. Nice, accurate shot. Wasn't a laser, but she had good eyes on it. Well, it was a laser. I'm sorry. Boy, nice play. Oh, found that corner beautifully.
And so a deflating one for the Crimson, and the one that really pumps Minnetonka up as Avar gets her 23rd goal of the year with less than a second to go. Boy, Maple Grove would like to have that last sequence to do over again. Oof. 2-1 Minnetonka, our score after 2 as they get the only 2 goals of the second. We'll have second period highlights and then the third period of hockey coming up on CCX Sports. Welcome back to the XL Center here in the state of hockey. It is now Minnetonka leading Maple Grove 2-1 after 2 periods here in our Class AA quarterfinal. Maple Grove led 1-0 after 1, but the Skippers played a great second period as we check out highlights from that period of play. And Maple Grove, not a lot of chances, but getting a couple. Shipley going to the net there, but Layla Hemp did a nice job with the poke check. Goldsworthy, a great move to the outside, fires Strom the save, but then the rebound off the skate of Ryan and in. They took a look at it, video review, but ruled that it was not kicked in. A good goal, and it counts for Minnetonka. Strom making a dynamite save right here on a puck that deflected, but late in the period, a turnover, a killer for Maple Grove. Distert putting it right in onto the stick, and Avar turns and lifts that one up under the crossbar and in. 23rd goal of the year came at 16:59, and you see the shots heavily favoring Minnetonka in that second period. So after the first, you were saying, boy, Maple Grove did a lot of things that they needed to do to have a lead and be right in the game. Now they've got to find some offense in this third period, Dan.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tonka made some really good adjustments in between the first and second period. You could tell that right away from the way they dominated. Now it's up to Coach Coltis and the Crimson to make adjustments based on he's seen right now. And because they got to turn the table, they were dominated that period big time.
Well, we got some really good players, of course, on the all-Metro teams including Lindsay Avar, who just scored that goal for Minnetonka on their first team. And obviously we got Northfield and Andover and Hill Murray also in this tournament as well. Stillwater not, because Hill Murray knocked them out. And there is a look at the second team, which includes Bella Shipley from Maple Grove and Bella Finnegan from Minnetonka playing in this game. And then the third team as well, you got the goalie for Maple Grove and the goalie for Minnetonka in the third team, along with Kendra Disted, who set up that goal for the skipper. So congratulations to all the young ladies on all three of those teams. It's not easy to make them, and I'm going to tell you, we do something similar in our corner of the Northwest Southern. Not easy to pick those either, so I give the Star Tribune credit for being willing to go out on a limb a little bit, as I know sometimes everybody isn't always happy with all the choices, but obviously some really good players. And again, congrats to them. Well, we've got one period to go in this one. Maple Grove now find themselves trailing, trying to battle back from a 2-1 deficit. Minnetonka hoping to put this one away and advance to the semifinals. Third period is on the way next.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all three of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku.
And welcome back to the XL Center here as we get set for period 3. A very good first period for Maple Grove. A very good second period for Minnetonka. Skippers leading at 2-1, getting that goal with 0.9 seconds to go to take the lead. And we'll see how things shake out here in the third. Avar and Olsen facing off to begin the third. And Erickson banking it towards Shipley. Avar knocked that one away though for Tonka. Erickson back to get it. Left it for Elfstrand. Disted knocked that one away.
Well, let's keep our eye on Bella Shipley. I'll guarantee you they're going to have a Minnetonka player watching her all the time.
Larson playing it up the right side. Here's a shot. Strom the save on Lauren Mack. And we'll get a face-off in the Maple Grove zone. Danny was a busy goaltender in that second period. Faced 16 shots. And you see she is a finalist for Jory Jones Award.
Well, St. Thomas is getting themselves a good goalie, I'll tell you that.
Knocked in by Sydney Boss-Crone for Minnetonka. Ooh, they were able to free that puck up. Turnaround try goes wide. Now Erickson jumping in to grab it for Maple Grove. Pass though intercepted, but it's offside here against Tonka, as Finnegan brought that one back in.
Every coach in hockey, Jay, gets a heart attack every time that puck gets thrown from one end of the ice to the other in your own zone. Oh.
And those are the kind of things that it's good to get used to playing good teams, because let's be honest, against a lot of opponents, you can get away with that. but not so much maybe against the Minnetonkas or Edinas or Andovers, and that's why you play those kind of good teams, to get used to having to make the maybe shorter, crisper passes.
If you don't go into a pressure situation, you never learn how to work with pressure.
Could be an icing against the Crimson there, despite Maisie Tomlinson's effort to track that one down. Maple Grove gaining control of that face-off around toward Tomlinson, but nice work to swoop in and pick it up. Opportunity for the Skippers here. They had numbers down low. Played to the front. Strom having to come up with a big save there as Sydney Boss-Crone, the 8th grader, found herself alone on the left side of the net. Strom stayed calm though and able to swallow that one up, but Minnetonka again creating some pressure. Nice little pass down low, and Strom stayed right with it. Those were the kind of things that Minnetonka wasn't getting that much of in the first period. This will be icing as it missed everybody's stick there near the blue line. And we will come back into the Maple Grove zone here. Obviously, I think coming into the game, Maple Grove would have probably said, we'll take that, being 2-1 early in the third. I mean, obviously, getting scored on late in the second wasn't a thrill for them, but they're still right there. I mean, they're still in position where they want to be. And
Minnetonka didn't score until they made a mistake. I mean, and if they just eliminate that little 30 seconds of not paying attention, it's a 1-1 game, but they're still in this thing. 1 shot away from tying it, 2 away from winning.
Picked up here by Leaper as she dragged the puck across to give her team time to finish a change as well. Oakland did not get to the red line here. Let's see, nope, was tipped though, so no icing. A little drop pass to no one there by Rauch. Crimson on the forecheck, able to force that one away, but not quite able to get to it in time to keep it alive in the offensive zone. Erickson will bank it towards Shipley, giving it to Olsen. Then back for Shipley. Those two work really well together, but nice job defensively by Lauren Mack coming back to back check. Skippers couldn't get it out, but then Avar just comes in and takes it away from Olsen, who was kind of surveying the scene there. Plays it right side, then a nice drop pass back. Goldsworth with a shot. Strom the save, the rebound, and it pops to the corner. Good spacing, good decision making for Tonka on that rush up ice.
Yeah, the deflection itself, although good, just put it up high and took it over the net, but that was a good setup. They're giving Strom everything she can handle here. Oh no. Yeah, that was a heck of a blocker save. Yes, sir. Sorry, I was wrong. Yeah, at this point, too, these faceoffs become very critical, especially for the Crimson.
Ooh, and a giveaway there as it's picked off by Molly Ryan. Ryan getting it deep, trying to wrap around with the backhand there. They'll come point to Goldsworthy, whipping it across. Larson floating it to the front. Turnaround try here. Strom the save. It's underneath her. Oh, and it trickles just wide. Strom scrambling back into position and then makes a save as that one snuck through Danny Strom and then trickled just wide. Looked like it might have been headed into the net. As you see, that one got a pad save and then it comes free. Oh boy, they were fortunate that one didn't go in.
Good save here, and that's where she lost it. It got caught in her pad and moved across. I don't know if that would have been a score, though. That arm was moving on that Tonka player falling.
Boy, Molly Ryan. That one, it might have even hit her helmet at some point as she was falling down there. That would have been interesting to see whether they'd counted that. It had gone in or not. Maple Grove saying, fortunately for us, it did not go in. We won't have to make that decision, but a near miss for the Skippers.
Good job by the skippers here, Jay. They're just smothering right now. Their main goal is just get it down deep and keep it there, and if they can cause a turnover, that's when they'll take advantage. But they're going to keep it down deep inside that zone.
Goldsworthy's pass or shot hit a skate. Oh, defender falls down. Here comes Kelsey Olson. As Shipley with her. Olson the shot. And Olson, I think, disappointed. She was sort of indecisive there and didn't really get a real strong shot on net. I think she was maybe hoping for a rebound, but she got it up enough that Hemp could get her glove on it.
I think she was surprised that the defense fell down and didn't quite know what to do. She got arm lock, as we like to say. Here and like, oh, well, I'll shoot. That actually, if she would have had a little more mustard on it, that might have had a chance.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad decision, but she just didn't hit it quite as much as she wanted. Fisher putting it out front. Ooh, and that one deflected onto Hemp. And played back out to center. Nice pass ahead, and Fisher will carry it in. Fisher sending it deep. Sillerud at the point, floating one wide of the net. Lively end boards here. Goalie's got to be head on a swivel. Tipped ahead by Leaper.
Yeah, there's one of the differences between these two teams. Minnetonka's defense has played very hard and straightforward, no mistakes. Maple Grove's had some issues on that defensive end. They should have got that out of the zone real quick.
And keep in mind, they're playing a lot of freshman D, and they're very talented, but they're still freshmen too.
That's true. And they're getting a lot of good state tournament experience.
Carried ahead here by McAlexander, and they get it in deep into the Crimson zone. Couple of nice passes. They get it ahead to Fisher, but then chopped away from her before she can get that puck in deep. And instead relayed into the Maple Grove end by Zakryshek. Baker overskated that one. Now Baker able to pick it up though. Baker turning on the speed. Oh, nice poke check by Goldsworthy. Just calmly skating backward and made it look easy. A little flick of the wrist. Here comes Shipley though. And Goldsworthy meets her as well. Goldsworthy banging it around, but Erickson read it pretty well. Baker playing it back down deep. Shipley is there. And that pass deflected away by Molly Ryan. Erickson has to go back and get it. Knocked away from Olson at center. Elfstrand played it in, but then right back out. Counterattack here for the Skippers. Mack carries it across the front, then tried to get it to Avar. She was being tied up. Pass was behind her anyway. Shipley leading the rush the other way. And Oakland had a poke check. Then it rolls right out front, and Hemp sliding down to make a play on that one. As Maple Grove, sometimes those are the most dangerous things when you get one that, the rush was interrupted, but it popped up in the air, and they didn't. You see that puck just kind of rolling to the front. Whew, Hemp sliding over with that left leg.
Boy, nice play there by Goldsworthy though. Nice poke check, real smooth, nothing affected her. And got another good one. But got it down by the net and really caused some trouble. Those pads were not down tight. We have a malfunction. Oh, they're going to look at it.
Last play under video review. I'm assuming they mean that whether it crossed the goal line there, as it was kind of under the leg of Hemp and a little bit hard to see.
Yeah, we didn't have a good camera angle on that. Good look here. You can see it hit the pad, and there's a spot. That 5-hole was wide open. Oh.
Boy, that puck may have crossed the goal line there, and then she lifts it back out with her skate.
I think that right leg skate, though, kept it out. I don't think it crossed the red line. Nope, I don't think so. That's a no goal. Look at that. Right at the post on the back end of her skate.
And keep in mind, it's kind of got to be definitive. They can't assume based on, that it's over. That's a close one, but you might be right.
Maple Grove fans waiting in anticipation here.
I have to be honest, on the initial look at it, I didn't realize that it had come that close to going in. I thought it was just kind of under her pad, but so second review we've had. First was a Minnetonka goal that went off a skate and was called a goal initially and was upheld as a goal. We'll see what this one will bring us.
Well, we have a decision.
No goal.
No goal.
So both at that end of the rink, both ultimately going Minnetonka's way.
I think Coach Coltis is going to want an interpretation there. You can see him standing right at the edge of the bench there by the door.
Although I guess really, what do you say? Either it went in or, I mean.
Well, yeah, I mean, one thing you got to trust in a game like this is you got TV coverage. You got cameras watching the whole thing, and they took a good long look at it. I would question it too if I was a coach, but.
And to me, that overhead look is a spot where you briefly lose. You can't say exactly whether it's in or not, and so you can't really call it a goal unless you definitively see it go in. Boy, that's awful close, though. Huh?
No, you can't get any closer, Jay.
See, and I would almost question if I was Minnetonka, was Hemp's leg pushed in by Olsen as well?
Ah, good point. You got one on me, Jay. Good job.
Well, it might fire Maple Grove up a little bit, though, as they came very close to tying this one back up. Distad playing it ahead to herself. And then their centering pass knocked away. Oh, they get it right back, though. Distad trying to drop that puck down low. Mack knocked away there from Avar, but they keep it in. Back out to the point it comes. Larson firing, and Strom the save, as there was, for once, no traffic in front on that one. She had a good clean look at it all the way from the point. We'll get a face-off in the Maple Grove zone.
Tonka made a good response to that rush by the Maple Grove Crimson. Calm down and attack. The transition game has been really good.
Off the draw, Miller able to win it, and the shot by Rauch was blocked. Battle for it in behind. Skipper's able to win that puck again as Miller doing good work. Reaper keeping control as she's tied up. Penalty coming against Maple Grove.
Going to be holding. Or interference, one of the two.
And Maple Grove unable to gain possession. Now they do, and so we will get our penalty call. It's going to be a hook. And it will go against Izzy Lindberg.
And I don't think she agreed with the call. There's a surprise. Well, pressure's on Maple Grove now.
You see good strength there. Holding. Yeah.
No, she impeded her progress. She made a definite difference in her getting the puck or not. So I think that was a good call.
I'm guessing that Lindberg was kind of saying that she, kind of brought my arm in and made it look good too. But you're right. I mean, the initial part, getting the stick in there, was there. And it was really good, strength and positioning to kind of draw that penalty, I feel like, too. Pass across. Olsen got a piece of that. Distad up with it. Down low. Mack trying to go right to the net, and it trickles through. Goldsworthy gaining possession now for Minnetonka. Really a must kill here, I think, for Maple Grove.
Yes.
8:40 to go. They're down 2-1. Here's a shot by Avar, denied by Strom. And we're going to get a penalty against Mack for a slash as she got that puck back illegally, according to the official.
Which is going to leave a 30-second power play, about 30-second power play for Maple Grove at the end here.
Watch Mack chopping down on the stick of Olsen to get that one. I don't want to say makeup call, but maybe a little bit.
I think so. That would have been a good place for a no call, but I'm not wearing the striped shirt. Just my opinion.
Olsen and Avar facing off again, and Avar able to win it. So right now, 4-on-4. Avar trying to carry that one up the middle and does. Avar, dropped it off Disted. It was just out front of her as she maybe slowed down a little bit.
Can she create things or no?
Goldsworthy a shot, and I feel like that pass was actually a better one than it ended up looking like. I think her wing slowed up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
There's Avar, one of the Miss Hockey finalists, headed to Cornell. And I would say she's been as advertised here today. She has played well. Had the one goal late in the second, but just other things generating chances, and so strong with the puck.
Really. Got a nice hands too.
Disted shot deflected up, and then a high bounce off the glass. Still 4-on-4 here for about 55 seconds. Here's Shipley. Leaving it for Kelsey Olsen. Olsen throwing one on net there. Hemp the save. And it bounced away from Olsen. Elfstrand will give it back to Olsen, and her pass deflected. Shipley trying to turn around shot. It rolled off her stick. And the Skippers get it out. It's going to be icing, though, against Tonka, as we're still even with 4 skaters aside here. I mean, you don't necessarily want to ice the puck, but I think in a spot like that, not a bad play. When in doubt, if you need to get it out, get it out.
Yeah.
Off the draw, Skippers end up with control. Finnegan wheeling away there.
That's just how important these face-offs are right now, Jay, in this position. You got to win them in your own zone.
Knocked back, Goldsworthy chipping it. Molly Ryan throwing it in deep here. Maple Grove penalty ticking down, and then they'll have a brief power play. Only about a half minute. Maple Grove now on the power play as Lindbergh out of the box. Played it in, and she will head off as they try and get a little bit of a opportunity set up here, but it'll be cleared out.
Boy, that was a nice play by Goldsworthy there. She saw they were making a line change. She reversed it to get it to an open wing.
Shipley passing it to herself off the wall. Circles the net here. Dropped off to Erickson. Fires, and it's up high and over the top. Skippers back to full strength. Great setup there by Shipley. Here is an opportunity. Mack now digging that one free, and we're going to have a penalty coming up against Maple Grove's Elfstrand. Back across to Finnegan, shooting, Strom the save, and now we will get our penalty call as we're going to get a body check called against Elfstrand of Maple Grove.
Yeah, a little too aggressive on that, getting physical there, so I think that might be a little bit of frustration on the Crimson's part. It's so hard in the girls' game to sometimes ref that physicality. You want to let them play, but again, there's no checking in girls' hockey. And that was a check, ladies and gentlemen. Perfectly demonstrated.
Mack was ready for it too, though. She fought it off pretty well. She maintained possession. And
this isn't the first time the Skippers have been hit by the Crimson.
Mack putting it out front for Avar, and that one trickled just wide as she didn't get all of it. Disted back out to the point. They keep it rotating. Goldsworthy sending it toward the net. Erickson, though, knocked it out of there, and they can't get it out in the initial try anyway, and finally do on a second opportunity. Disted with control.
Boy, killing this penalty right now is really important for the Crimsons. They go down by another goal, it's going to be pretty much over.
Blocker save there, then a rebound. Oh, and Strom coming out with a huge save right there. Oh,
yes.
Golden opportunity after that first save. See the Finnegan shot. She fights that off, swing and a miss there, but then the follow-up try, and Mack probably thought that one was going to be a goal.
Strom is really good about controlling herself, and if she can see the puck, she ain't getting flustered. She's playing great position. She knows how to slide correctly.
Crimson clear it, but into the Tonka bench, unfortunately. So instead of getting it all the way down the rink, it'll come back into their zone for a face-off, as the Skipper's girls having a little chuckle there about having to duck that puck. Down to 5.5 to go. Still 2-1 Minnetonka after 2 blowout afternoon games. We've had a great one to start the evening session. Skipper's playing catch here, trying to get Maple Grove spread out and out of position. Molly Ryan going to the net, and then an opportunity out front, and Rauch's shot was tipped over the net. Leaper keeps it moving along the wall.
Tonka right now, they just want to keep that clock moving, keep the clock moving. And look at how well they're controlling the puck here. Look at that.
Here's a shot. Strom, a save there on Rauch. Again, Maple Grove unable to get it out, though.
Well, Skippers are making some great decisions. Instead of heavy forecheck on the person with the puck, she went right to the boards because she knew she was going to try and fire it out. Blocked it, and they still got the puck in the zone.
Intercepted there, and now Shipley up with it. Coming up ice shorthanded here. Bella Shipley cutting it to the middle, knocked away. Olsen, though, follows up to grab it. She'll play it down low to Shipley. Shipley trying to spin off that wall. Olsen was camped out there. She puts it to the point instead. Maple Grove to full strength now, so they've killed off that penalty. Elfstrand, who was in the box, coming in to play that one, but Skippers get it back and able to bank it down without icing it and without putting it out of play there.
Nice chip shot there to get it out of the zone without causing an icing.
We have a penalty coming up here against Tonka, so Maple Grove will get an opportunity for a power play and get a checking call here. So we've seen the penalty pace pick up late here. Mack involved again in this one, and this time she'll be called as she got that right arm out. And yeah, I mean, I guess if the other one was called, that one's got to be too.
Absolutely.
So Mack will go for checking at 13-16.
Big moment here for the Crimson. Big moment.
Olsen able to win the draw. Back across. Here's Erickson. That one was blocked, and Disted clears it down the rink. Boy, a crucial sequence for both teams here. At 2-1, Maple Grove down, but with the power play. Disted knocked that one away, but Fisher up with it. Hemp fighting that one off. Goldsworthy lost it. Shipley trying to bring it out front. Instead, Goldsworthy able to win that battle and get it down the ice. Strom going to send it up here towards Shipley. Knocked away from her, though.
Boy, that puck is bouncing a lot, Jay. It's not sticking to sticks very well.
Under 3 minutes to play. Shipley, ooh, dangerous one there. Just got it over to Olsen. Now Shipley coming in. Shipley carrying it in for Maple Grove. Bella Shipley firing the save, and then Goldsworthy just beat Olsen to that rebound. And the skipper is able to send it down the rink again here. 55 to go in the power play for the Crimson. Boy, if you get an offensive zone draw, do you even think about maybe pulling Strom as well to have a 6-on-4?
Mm-hmm. That's going to be coming up shortly here with 2:28 left to go.
Faceoff will be in the Minnetonka zone, and Jim Coltis is going to use a timeout. And I'll be a little bit interested to see if he dares pull Strom at this moment for another attacker. Might be a little too early for that, but...
Yeah, the timeout indicates that he might be thinking about it, and he's going to get his best players rested up who are just on the ice. And he's going to draw something up here. Boy, this has just been one nice hockey game.
Here's a look at how Maple Grove got there. It, again, was looking a little rocky for them at a time as they trailed it 3-0 against Centennial Spring Lake Park. This is the third goal for the Cougars that put them up. That was in the second period, but then chipping away, we get Elfstrand scoring, get them on the board at 3-1, and ultimately Erickson popping one in for Maple Grove, and Shipley shovels one up and in. Shipley hit an empty net after that, and celebration time for Maple Grove. It was a great night, and then Minnetonka winning their section as they rolled through, as we said, didn't allow a single goal in that Section 2 AA tournament, taking Holy Family down and advancing back to the tournament. Been a very good hockey game here tonight, and we've still got time to go here. 2:28 remaining, 44 seconds to go on the power play for Maple Grove. And they trail 2-1. Denny Strom is still in net for Maple Grove. They have not gambled and tried to send out an extra to make it a 6-on-4. They're gonna.
She's been told what time to look to move.
Yeah,
if they can get the puck down and keep it down in the Tonka zone.
Quickly sent out. Strom coming out to play it here. She'll send it over to Erickson. Up for Shipley, and now Baker. Maple Grove, now Baker will get it in. Shooting that one, but it's off a skate. Finnegan couldn't get it, and now Maple Grove a little bit of an opportunity as it comes out front. Elfstrand shot, though, is blocked. Nice. Avar racing after it, short-handed. Avar putting it out front, opportunity and a goal. Disted, that might be the nail in the coffin, a short-handed goal for Disted. After the great block by Avar, and then she calmly sets it up.
Wow. Avar and Disted, boy, there's the power right there. Those two have been really racking it up this year. Pretty goal to put it away. You see the come out here, nice block. That just sprung the whole thing. She kept going and churning her legs, got her head up, and saw her teammate, and her teammate did not miss.
Disted will get her 20th of the year on that shorthanded goal to make it 3-1 Tonka. Are we looking at another goal here? It looks like there's some kind of video review going on again. Could this be a possible offside review? It didn't seem to be anything at all with the goal itself that could have been called there.
I would be surprised it was offside. I mean,
no goal.
No goal. It was offside.
So
new life for the Crimson.
Wipe that one out. Another look at it here. That's, that is what the call was, though. Obviously, there's nothing at the end of it that would have led you to take that one away. So you can review for offside as well, and that one did not count.
Mom Goldsworthy. She's into it. Didn't get a good view there, but.
And of course, I'm just watching the linesman who immediately waved it good. So you're at that point kind of not even thinking about that possibility anymore. Skipper's back to full strength, so they don't get the shorthanded goal. However, they do kill off the penalty. Disted able to get this puck to trickle out. Goldsworthy picking it back up. Maple Grove not able to get Strom out of there yet either. Although they will now. Icing call against the Skippers here, and I would sure think Strom will be waved to the bench.
Well, she'll probably go about halfway just to see how the faceoff comes out.
They've already got 6 skaters out there, Dan. Well, now they pull one off.
You were right, though. They did, yeah.
I think Jim wanted her off. Strom didn't seem to see them.
Okay, he just called her off.
Now she goes back in as Distad put one on net from a long distance. Now Erickson gaining control. Now they wave Strom to the bench as Olsen plays it in deep. Goldsworthy sending it back around. Baker, an extra attacker on for the Crimson. Elfstrand a shot, and that one deflecting wide. Baker to Elfstrand. She'll relay it around to Erickson. That one denied. Shipley jumping in to gather it. And then taken away. An empty net to shoot at for Minnetonka if they can get it. But we've got a penalty coming up, though, against Maple Grove's Erickson. She will go for is it a trip or even he might have signaled kneeing. Yeah,
it was kneeing
on Erickson.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Knee to knee contact there.
Well, she got it up on the thigh there a little bit. Any hockey player knows that hurts. That is not a fun hit to take at all.
And it can be dangerous too, which is why you're going to see it called
every time.
More often than not if they see it.
Well, there'll be ice bags out tonight.
So they have to put Strom back in net too with the faceoff in the Maple Grove zone. Only 40 seconds to go, and now Maple Grove shorthanded. Olsen comes up with it. Avar knocked it away from her.
Goldsworthy made a great play there, Jay. Just kind of stuck it on and then worse some time and froze it up against the board so Maple Grove couldn't get it.
Squirts free. Crimson trying to come up ice. Sillerud will play it in. Strom now heading to the bench, but it might be too late. Shipley getting it for Olsen, back towards Shipley, but knocked away. They can't get it out, though, and it comes in on Hemp off of Elfstrand. Only 8 seconds to go, and Minnetonka thought they had a relatively easy out there, but it didn't work. As you see Strom at the bench, offensive zone draw, not much time to go. Avar and Olsen have faced off an awful lot of times tonight, and Avar wins a big one there.
Boy, she's a player. She has really shown me something in this game, Jay. She is something.
Shipley trying to get it to Olsen, and time will run out as Minnetonka will win this one. It was not easy at all for the top seed Skippers, but that goal with less than 1 second left in the second period will be enough to get them the win. They had a possible third goal wiped out on an offside call there on a reversal, a video there, and Maple Grove had a goal that they thought maybe had trickled in and wiped out on reversal or a video review as well. So it is Minnetonka securing the win here tonight, Dan, 2-1. Boy, Maple Grove, you come away disappointed, but at the same time, they did an awful lot of good things. I think they maybe surprised some people by how tough they did play this one.
Oh, they just took on the #1 team in the state right now, and that's a team of experience. They've been here before and stuff. They did a great job, and they really made Minnetonka's life quite miserable at times. They had to work for everything they got, but they got it. They got it done.
So Minnetonka will advance into the semifinals here and put the Crimson into consolation play. And a great hockey game here tonight, and we hope you've enjoyed it. This will be our final hockey telecast of the season as well, of course, for the girls' side, as Maple Grove falling by a score of 2-1. Enjoy the rest of the tournament on Channel 45. Thanks so much for watching here from the XL Center. For Dan Ficken and all of our great CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from St. Paul.